Hello and welcome back to the Hairy Housewife YouTube channel, you beautiful lot. And this week we are talking about pigs. Hello and welcome back, you beautiful lot. And that is right, we are talking about pigs. No, we're not talking about those fat little farmyard animals. We are talking about a company called Polished Pigs. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have noticed that I posted up a photo a few weeks ago with some products from Polished Pigs that they kindly sent me out to show you lovely lot at home. Now, they sent me a snow foam, they sent me a shampoo, they sent me a spray wax, and they sent me a glass coating. Now, unfortunately, you won't see the glass coating in this video, but you will see it at a later date. That is because all the windows on my vehicle are still currently coated. However, today I've used a snow foam, today I've used a shampoo, and I have used the spray wax as well. So we're going to just jump straight in and we're going to see what I am working with today. And again, it is the trusty old Fiat. It is covered in dirt, it is covered in grime, and it is looking very, very filthy, and it needs a wash. Now, as you can see, the Fiat is looking rather dirty. Now, me and the wife do like to travel around a lot. This is probably 400 or 500 miles worth of dirt, grime and grit from country roads, main roads, motorway miles. It is filthy, it is looking dirty, and it is in desperate need of a clean. Now, usually when the vehicle is this dirty, I go over with a pre-wash spray to get as much dirt off as possible before going on to a snow foam. Now, Polished Pigs didn't send me out a pre-wash spray, they only sent me out a snow foam. So I thought, you know what? This is the perfect way to see the strength and how much dirt a snow foam from Polished Pigs can remove. So we're going to just jump straight in. We're going to start off with the Polished Pigs snow foam. Now, following the directions on the back of the bottle, shake well and dilute the product at approximately 1:20. I'm going to pop 25ml into my MJJC foam lance. Then I'm going to fill it up with 475ml of warm water. Yes, that's right, that is a hot outside tap, probably one of the best things I have ever installed. But in total, that is 500ml in the MJJC foam lance. Now, later on, I am trying this product in a different lance as well, because I get a lot of people saying, I know it's going to be thick in the MJJC foam lance. The MJJC can make even thin air thick. So they want to know what it's going to be like through a different lance. So I have used this in this lance for the first half of the video, and a little bit later on I pop it through my Dodo Juice Snow Commotion lance so you can see what it looks like through a different lance. Now we're going to start by spraying it onto the vehicle. Now unfortunately the camera is a little bit hazy here, and that is because I accidentally got the lens slightly wet. However, as you see, as it is going on, it is going on nice and thick and leaving a nice blanket of foam on the vehicle. Now, as I let this dwell, you can see it is nice, it is thick, it is not too dry. Now, the MJJC lance does have a tendency to dry a foam out. This is a nice, wet, decent consistency foam. Like I always say, it's very much like double cream dripping down the car, but it is clinging on for dear life to help soften up any of that dirt that is on the vehicle. Now, after about 9 minutes, this is what was left. This snow foam has done a fantastic job at dwelling on that vehicle. It doesn't dry out too quick, and it gives you maximum contact time to help sort of loosen and soften that dirt that is on the vehicle. And also, if you're like me, it gives you 9 minutes to go get your buckets out, fill them up, get your shampoo in, and get ready for the contact wash stage. Now, as I rinse it off, you can see it has done a fantastic job at softening and loosening that dirt that was on the bodywork up, and it is taking it off with the snow foam as I start to rinse it off. Now you can see there is still some dirt left behind on the panels, and that is because no snow foam will remove all dirt. Some snow foams are better at this, some aren't, but no snow foam out there will remove 100% of dirt, and a car will always require a contact wash after the snow foam stage. I get so many people messaging me saying, my snow foam has left dirt behind, my snow foam has not taken all the dirt off. If you find one that does it, let me know. We'll go into business. We will be millionaires because there's not a single snow foam out there that will remove 100% of dirt. As I come around the back end, which is always the dirtiest part of my vehicle, you can see it is still taking a good layer of dirt off this vehicle. Now, I don't know what those random round spots of dirt are. If anybody knows, let me know, because that is really, really strange. They are perfect circles. Now, as I finish rinsing it off, you can see a good layer of dirt has come off the vehicle with that snow foam. However, again, there is some dirt left over, but you're not going to remove all dirt with snow foam. There is not a single snow foam out there I know that will remove every speck of dirt. This is normal for a snow foam to leave some dirt behind. This one, however, has removed a good layer of dirt off the vehicle. If you see here, this is the back of the vehicle before the snow foam. And if you've got a vehicle this shape, you'll know that the back is always really, really filthy. And this is after the snow foam has been rinsed off. You can see that it has taken a decent layer of dirt off the back of that vehicle. And it was the same story all the way around. All that thick layer of dirt that was on the vehicle is now off, and there is just that thin film of sort of dirt and grime that is on there, and it is ready to go in for a contact wash. Now, snow foams, again, will not remove all dirt. Don't be under that misconception. That's what a snow foam is there for. Snow foams are designed to help loosen and soften the dirt that's on the vehicle, and it also helps get rid of that sort of abrasive dust and grit that is on the vehicle. So when you do a contact wash, it is a lot safer and you are less likely to scratch and mar the vehicle. Now, a lot of people always ask me when I test a snow foam, what does it go through a different foam lance like? Because the MJJC will always make a product thicker than other lances do. The MJJC is renowned for making even thin air thick. So, what does it go through my Dodo Juice Snow Commotion like? Now, as you can see in this footage here, it is coming out in a nice sort of blanket of foam. It's not as thick as it was on the MJJC. However, it is a nice blanket of foam. Again, it is a lot thinner than it would be through the MJJC lance. However, even though it was a wetter foam, it still managed to dwell for 5 to 6 minutes in this snow foam cannon. Now, if you wanted to have it thicker, you could always double the dilution ratio and pop 50 ml of product in to 450 ml of water. However, for 25 ml of product, this has done a fantastic job at dwelling on that vehicle for 5 to 6 minutes and giving a nice blanket of foam. Now we've loosened all that dirt up and softened it up and got rid of that abrasive material on the vehicle, it's time for the contact wash. And we're going to use the Polished Pig shampoo to do this. Now, following the instructions on the bag, it says add 20 ml into your clean bucket. It doesn't say to how much water. However, most people have these size buckets if you are serious about car cleaning. So I'm adding 20 ml into about 15 litres of water. I don't like to fill these buckets all the way to the top because I feel it is very unnecessary. So it's time to mix it up with the Pressue Washer lance so we have a nice soapy, bubbly mix to put on the vehicle. Now, as you can see, it does froth up nicely and does produce a nice foam ready to go on to the vehicle. Now, as I go around the vehicle, I've got to say this shampoo feels really, really nice to use. Again, 20 ml of shampoo has done 15 litres of water. That's a fantastic dilution ratio. Now, as I go around every single panel, this shampoo does again just feel such a pleasure to use. It feels slick, it feels nice, and it smells absolutely beautiful. Now, one thing that surprised me about this shampoo as I was going around the vehicle, now if you don't sort of film yourself washing the car, you probably won't know this. However, if you are a reviewer and you are another product tester, you'll know that sometimes moving the camera around, getting different shots does take a long time. Probably takes 2 or 3 times longer, if not more, to wash your vehicle with a shampoo than it would if you were just to go around the car. However, it stayed wet, it stayed bubbly on the paintwork. Well, I did this. I got around the whole vehicle and it was still wet in the place that I'd started. It didn't dry out, it stayed nice and foamy. Now, as I start to rinse the vehicle off, this shampoo comes off with absolute ease. Some shampoos I have used in the past do sort of linger around and do require a lot of rinsing. However, this one rinsed off really, really nicely. Now, while we're talking about the shampoo, before I move on, I just want to show you this. Now, it's been a good hour, hour and a half before I'd gone back to my wash bucket. I'd done other parts of the review, I'd put things away, I'd tried a few other products in the meantime. When I went back to my wash bucket, as you can see, it was still foamy inside that bucket. The suds in that bucket were still there. A lot of shampoos, once they've been in the bucket an hour, you look back and you've just got this murky-ish water in there and there is no suds on the top. This shampoo has stayed sudsy for over an hour, hour and a half on only 20 ml of shampoo in 15 litres of water. That's a cracking dilution ratio, and it's a really, really good shampoo. It surprised me how good it actually was. Now, like I said, I couldn't test the glass coating, but I can test the spray wax. Now again, following the instructions on the back of the bottle, shake well, mist the panel, buff off. Now you'll notice that I'm doing this on my test panel and not my vehicle. That is because this test panel is coated. I wanted to see how this would react on a coated vehicle, and then I'm going to go to my vehicle that's got nothing on it, and I'm going to try it on that as well. Now, like most spray waxes, I'm not just going to buff it straight off. I spread it out, then I buff off. I find that gives you a more even and consistent layer on the panel when you have finished buffing it off. And as you can see, it is starting to look nice and glossy. However, on the back of the bottle, it does say, apply further layers for an enhanced shine. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. And again, just the same as I put it on before, a nice thick layer, spread it out, and then buff it off to see the nice glossy shine that it has left behind. Now, as I buff it off, it does feel very, very slick underneath this microfiber cloth. And it does look glossy and shiny, and it has left an amazing gloss behind. However, this is going on top of a ceramic wax, so it's like a topper, but it has enhanced that shine after it has had a wash. Now, as you can see, I have gone around my whole vehicle with this spray wax as well. Now, as I was halfway through the bonnet, it popped into my head, people are going to ask you, what is the water behaviour of this spray wax like? So as I was halfway through my bonnet, I had probably about that much left to do. I stopped and I left it, and I thought, you know what? People are going to ask, what's the water behaviour like? How does it react to the water? Everybody asks, no matter whether it's a spray wax, a sealant, you name it, a quick detailer. People want to see how well this does at repelling the water. So I went on to spray the side that was waxed with my pressure washer. As you can see, the water does run off really, really nicely. So I've gone to the other side of the bonnet and I've sprayed it over with water, and as you can see, that panel is just flooding with water and the water is not shifting off that side like it did on the other. And there we have it. That was my test of the Polished Pigs products. That's a bit of a tongue twister. But as you can see, the snow foam worked really, really well. It had a decent dwell time for 25 ml of product in 475 ml of water. It did a cracking job in the MJJC Lance and the Snow Commotion. Now, the MJJC Lance was a thicker foam, but it wasn't too thick. Some foams in that Lance, they get too thick, they get too heavy, they split and fall off too quick. Not in that. It stayed on there for about 9 minutes and dwelled really, really nicely. It was a nice, consistent layer of foam. In the Snow Commotion from Dodo Juice, it was a little bit thinner. However, you still had 5 or 6 minutes dwell time, which is really, really good for only 25 ml of product. Now, the shampoo itself was slick. It smelt amazing. 20 ml of product, 15 litres of water, cracking dilution ratio. It didn't dry out. It stayed sudsy for a long time, which allowed me to get around the whole vehicle before having to rinse it off. It wasn't hot outside. It wasn't the warmest day. However, it did a really, really good job at keeping those panels wet. Now, on to the spray wax. It smelt amazing. It was really, really slick to use on a coated and uncoated paintwork, and it also left a nice hydrophobic layer behind. Now, I didn't test the durability because most spray waxes that haven't got sort of coatings in them, or SiO2 or ceramic or graphene infused, most spray waxes will probably last a couple of weeks, maybe 2 to 4 weeks. So I didn't really want to test the durability because, you know, it's just a given how long it's going to last. However, To use, it was really, really nice, really, really easy, and really, really simple, and did leave a nice gloss behind. Now, would I buy these products again? Yeah, I probably would. You know, the shampoo was really, really nice. The snow foam was really, really nice. And the spray wax was really, really easy to use. The snow foam I'd probably buy over everything else first. But the shampoo, you know, the shampoo was really, really good. It was really, really nice. Us being testers, it's hard. You know, if we test a product, we have tested hundreds of shampoos. You know, there is better out there. There's worse out there. But it is a solid, solid product. If you are looking to buy polished pigs, I wouldn't say don't do it. I would say do it, give them a go, and you wouldn't be disappointed, I don't think. In my personal opinion, these products work really, really, really well. But again, remember, anything can make these products work for me and not for you. You could have different water. You could have harder water. You could have softer water. It could be hotter. It could be colder. There's so many different reasons why products don't work for other people than they do the others. But in my personal opinion, in my review, in my test, they worked really, really well for me, and I wasn't disappointed. So should you give them a go? Yeah, you should. You should really give them a go. They are cracking, cracking, cracking products. Guys, I've been the Hairy Housewife. As always, you have been amazing. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to smash that like, that subscribe, and I'll see you all again very soon.